So this video is going to be all focused around these little guys. These come by a viewer request, and they are the Sol Republic HD2 tracks. They're an on-ear, really lightweight headphone at a budget price. Outside of the actual request itself, I did get a little bit of input. So for those people that want me to get straight to the point and understand where this video is going, check this out.
And when you this shit,
Oh my god. And I have no idea why people like them. Blah! Holy moly, these are difficult to listen to.
father. It's bullshit.
And for the rest of you, I'm gonna get my waffle on and explain this headphone in the slowest way possible.
The Sol Republic HD2 tracks are an on-ear design, and they come in various colors. They give you a ton of customization between the band, the ear cups, and the wire, so you can really swap around different combinations for your style. They do have an extremely durable headband that is very hard to break and is easy to tote around. The ear cups have nice padding, and the overall package is pretty lightweight at 6.5 ounces. They use basic wire control that most headphones have, so it's very easy to use to skip tracks and initiate calls, as well as it comes with a 1-year warranty. The whole package is a simply attractive design with all the bare essentials you need for your music listening. The ear cups are small drivers that sit nicely on your ears. They provide a nice level of padding and soft materials. I didn't have much issue with ear fatigue despite this being an on-ear design. The HD2s implement a Y connector for the headphones. The wire is nice and thin and is lightweight, but I do question its durability. The headband is extremely durable and has a rigid design. The ear cups slide up and down the track to give you flexibility to properly place the cups on your ears. I never had issues with the cups moving around or sliding off, even in active scenarios, so I think that the overall build quality is solid for this headband and its configuration with the ear cups.
So let me unplug these so we can talk about this headband a little bit more. I'll give it that it's lightweight, so you won't really have fatigue with the headphones because they are so light. The other good thing is that you can replace these, and as they market them, if you want to make them match your outfit, they will be extremely good for that because you can change the headbands, you can buy a ton of them, and swap them in and out. So those are always good features of this headphone because of its design. However, this design is extremely rigid, so you'll see that they're very round, and as a result, they kind of stick out more on your head than you'd expect for something like an on-ear. So like to me, these are purported as like kind of like fashion headphones. You can swap them out and make them match your outfit, and they even marketed like Steve Aoki and all this other stuff of like they're super cool because you can customize them. But these don't look fashionable to me. They look like cartoonish. They look extremely cartoonish and like I'm wearing a stethoscope upside down. So I was surprised how far these ear cups looked on my head when I put them on. For perspective, like the M50s, get the stupid wire out. They are about the same footprint, but they look a lot sleeker because there are bigger ear cups and there's less gaps to really accentuate the fact that this ear cup is a certain size. So they are much more subtle, I guess, or a little bit more sleek in design than I'd say for this one. And that's the downfall of this rigidity. So again, while they're supposed to be like fashion headphones, they look kind of stupid on your head. So definitely make sure that you wear these before you actually commit to them. But the other reason why I don't like these kind of headband setups is because they are fixed. They don't really articulate all that much, so it causes a ton of issues with either comfort or being able to get a proper seal. While these are very comfortable and they have padding, like I said, and you probably won't have terrible fatigue on these, they may leak sound and they also may not meet every head shape. So like again, it'll expand for your head width again to some extent, but the ear cups don't really move themselves, so any sort of ear tilts or sort of shape of your head, it will not necessarily fit the best way. So again, this is why I prefer ear cups that articulate, because if I have a tilted ear, I can, still get a good seal. And again, depending on the shape of my head, it'll have a lot more options to move around. they fold in, they fold out, they articulate. There's just a lot more ability for this thing to actually create a seal with the clamp that it's provided. While these ones, you kind of just stuck with this. Like, oh, if you have a perfect head, it'll give you a good seal, but if you have a wide head, that seal might go away. And then again, ear tilt and all other things. But that's not the only fixed headphone. Like, again, I don't like fixed headbands in general, but I do have some that I really love, and like the P7s are an example of that. They do have a fixed headband in the sense that they don't really move, but they do give you, you know, a little bit more flexibility in terms of your head shape. So if you have a really narrow chin, it'll go towards that. If you have a wider head, it'll move towards that. And even with this one, while it's fixed, it has some bend. It has a, like, articulation so that it can, you know, fit to your ears a little bit better. And again, it's still pretty discreet and sleek, just like the M50s were. So they look a little less ridiculous on your head than those do. So as much as they purport this as having great features because you can do all this stuff with it, it's probably not the best for music listeners.
However, if you can get a good fit on your ears, I found that they isolate sound pretty well. Whether on a phone call or listening to music, I didn't have many distractions from the outside world as long as my volume was at a certain level. So while the HD2s do have the capability to create a good seal, I'd question if it's flexible enough to seal on all head shapes and sizes.
I put in too many hours of listening into these headphones, and I still can't find the redeeming quality. I've sat there listening to a bunch of different genres, different songs, and everything sounds really muted. And it's weird because it's super unbalanced too, because I've done the ATH 200 BTs in the past, and they were just very boring. But they were like levelly boring. Like, everything was boring about it, and it was about the same level of boring. These ones are just like strangely different levels of boring. It's just like, for perspective, I was sitting here, I couldn't figure it out. I have some friends listen to it, and they equally did not understand the sound signature. I think the biggest quote I got from one of them was, "Why does it sound like I'm listening to music underwater?" And I think that's a very, very good way of describing these. But there's got to be something good about these, right? Because there's a decent amount of reviews online, and I had to look at other videos, and people said a few different things. They're saying crystal clear vocals, pretty decent bass, as well as very good for the price. And I'm gonna dispute literally all parts of that, because holy crap, these things are so unbalanced. Like, oh, I can't even deal with it. Oh, okay, so essentially, the reason why I think people are saying that these have really clear vocals is because they are so treble focused. So I'll listen to like Brendan Urie from Panic Disco or some other person with really good vocals, and the reason why it sounds like it's really clear and really better is because they boost it in the headphone. If you compare these to any other monitoring set of headphones, like even the M50s, which, you know, they're a little bit bass boosted, it just sounds a lot more level and like a little bit more even, but it still sounds clearer than the whole thing. So like, if you're comparing it in terms of just the levels within the headphone, yeah, the treble comes in clearer than the bass and mids. But overall, if you compare it to like a decent set of monitor headphones, it's just muddy. It's just super muddy and murky throughout all levels. It's just that they put up the bass to make, or not, they put up the treble to make it sound a little bit clearer on the vocals. So I think that is just a misconception of what louder versus quality is. So then it comes down to the price point, and everyone's just like, oh, it's so good for the budget and price and bet, but $60, what are you talking about? Like, for perspective, it's $60, I get it. I'm used to more expensive headphones. I'll give you a baseline of that before. But $60 is a lot of money. You can get, to me, just save that money and get a better set of headphones that are wireless. $120 get you there. But then I started looking on Amazon more. I was like, what headphones do I like? And what headphones would be better than this? It's like, let me take the wireless out of it. Let me look at some other things in this price range. And then I saw this. So back to the whole price thing. These are the Sol HD2s. This is what they're on Amazon, $64.99. Good for the budget, right? Good for the price, awesome quality. How about this? ATM40s, new version, $79, 0 cents, and they're so much better. Just what are you doing? Why are you even looking at these? I know these are a little bit more attractive. Yeah, I know they could look better, and Audio-Technica could probably do better. But in terms of sound and everything else, and comfort and all that stuff, like these are gonna blow those out the water. These are better than the M50s that I have. Yes, these are gonna go away because I'm not gonna use these anymore because I was brought to the light of these ones. And again, I'm probably gonna replace these ones with not quite these ones because I'm probably gonna do another review on something else, but it'll be something similar to this. This is great, $79. I didn't even expect that they're gonna be that cheap. So what are you doing with this when you should be doing this? What are you doing with this when you should be doing this? Just
Stop it. Get some help.
let's bring it in. So Yuki 2. I apologize. I know I came off kind of harsh, a little bit exaggerated, probably aggressive. But that's all because I want to emphasize the fact that you shouldn't buy these headphones. And that's really all I care about, is making sure that you make your best purchase decision. There are so many times that I've spent way too much money on headphones, especially like Beats, things that were just like plaguing me through college, which looked very nice, but disappointed me in the end. So essentially, I just want you to learn from my past, to enhance your future, and just make sure that you're not
Disappointed!
And I get it. I do. These are only $60 and they're not as offensive as some of those other regrets I've had in the past. However, $60 is still a decent chunk of change. That's a nice steak dinner that you could have there. And in the headphone world, you could save up a little bit more money and get a nice pair of entry-level Bluetooth headphones, or use my suggestion of the ATH M40Xs, because those will give you better build quality, more adjustability, nicer seal, and it's a good baseline for your audio journey going forward. So when you're listening to music in the future or considering headphones, you can use the ATH M40Xs as a good comparison for all of your future purchases. And again, I'm sorry I was so harsh on these. It's just that they really gave me some sort of PTSD, and I need to return these, and they're going back immediately. I'm going to be so happy when I return them, and today's gonna get a lot better. But again, I just want to make sure that you're using your money in the best way possible, and that I'm being informed and true to you. I hope that this doesn't really deter anyone from providing a suggestion, because I do love those, and they really help drive the content of my channel, as well as makes it all really fun and collaborative. So again, if you found this informative, please like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that you do normally on a video that you like and love. And as always, appreciate ya. Later.
Yuki, do you love me? Are you riding? Hope you never ever leave, cause I'm sorry that I roasted your headphones, and I'll be nicer next time maybe.
But am I gonna? But am I gonna? But am I gonna? But am I gonna?